Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Tuesday, the 8th of July. Starting off with the S&P, whereas perhaps you suspected, the has been a slight pullback after the pre-July the 4th rally. You tend to get that going up to the big day. Potential support 61.80 or obviously the old February resistance 61.45. Not expecting anything much lower than 61.80, especially given the way that Trump usually chickens out of any initiative he tries to do on the tariff front. Target here up to 63.50 by the end of this month as a best case scenario target. Moving along to the NASDAQ, and here very close to the target there, 23,000 that we've been looking for. 23,000 obviously by the end of this month, 23,100 actually where the line is now. Any pullback probably no lower than 22,300. But we do have a little bit of bearish divergence in this at the higher high in the last couple of days, or at least to start the week, and the RSI diverging from that. So potential of a move down to 22,300, but not really expecting worse than that at this stage. Moving on to the stocks and a few repeat names, which is normally a good thing. First one is coming up, if I can type it in correctly, which is asset entities. And here, nice bear trap rebound from below the 50-day moving average, bear trap from below the old May support and the 50-day line there at $5.23 above that. Looking for another retest of the $10 plus area over the next week or two. I suppose the initial resistance there around the $8.60 mark. On the downside, only back below the recent support there towards $3.80, really killing the recovery scenario. Another stock which we've looked at of late is Artelo, and here, a crazy chart. The line, though, there is around the $13 level. That's like the pivot of the price action. Above it, we're looking for $20 plus. Below it, we have the chance of another test of the $10 area. But at the moment, still favoring the upside, i.e. buying towards $13, given the way that the RSI has been bouncing above neutral 50 at least a couple of occasions. Stock which I think I looked at very recently is back again, ABBC, and here you can see that it's made wonderful progress within that rising trend channel from back in February, top of the channel there, $4.50. That's what we're looking for in coming days, especially while we're on the right side of $3.50, the midpoint or the mid area of yesterday's trading range. New situation is Carbon Revolution, and here we've got a rising trend channel base, top of the channel there, $5.60. We're looking for that by the end of this month, especially while we're above the 50-day line there at $2.97. The next on the list is coming up quickly, and I think we've looked at it recently. You can see that it is Energies Group and rising trend channel base. Not much charting material, but we've got the top of the chart there, $4.10, and we're looking for that while we're above recent resistance around the $2 mark. So hopefully quite a tight price action set up there for these shares. Next on the list is coming up, and here we've got Calvista. Here you can see that there's a rising trend channel there from September last year. We've gapped up through resistance, which is normally a strong sign, $14.80, and looking for up to the $17.60 area by the end of this month. A new situation to look at is Mustang Bio, at least in terms of the price action that we've had. We've already had the shares within this sort of basically a broadening triangle there around $3.30. Need that to hold. Obviously, we had the spike towards the old January resistance at $7. Below $3.30, then there's a risk of a test of the gap floor there at $2. Perhaps the way that the price action is at the moment, that might be the area to look at in terms of a trading position. Sayata is next, and here it's been a rocky ride in terms of the price action. We've seen the shares hit our second target there, the red resistance line there, and then come back quite sharply. We're obviously looking for a bit more to $12, but we failed there. And the current situation, the shares are having another go. Initial target here, $5.60, while we're above the 50-day moving average, $2.66. I suppose tightening that up a bit, we'd hope for price action on the right side of $3. Stock which looks pretty encouraging at the moment is T-Stamp, and here we've got a rising trend channel base, a beautiful breakout there, and a sort of saucer-shaped turnaround as well above the old May resistance around $3, looking for top of the channel there, $5.20 by the end of this month. Moving on to Vor Biopharma, and it's flying at the moment. So you can see the persistent up days. Bear trap island reversal, so gapping down there in May and gapping up in June. Top of the triangle there up towards $4.30, and we're looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above the old resistance on the way down towards $2.40. On to the last two. The first one is Vivo Power, and here, rising trend channel. It's rather volatile channel, but the top of the range and the top of the channel there towards $10. Looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above the 50-day moving average, $4.66. Last on the list is Wolfspeed, and here we've got a falling trend channel. See that the top of the channel there towards $3.70, and we're looking for that while we remain above the 50-day moving average, $2.15. The other point to note is the way that we have a bear trap island reversal, so gapping down in May and then gapping up now. That suggests that ultimately $4, hopefully at the top of that falling trend channel, will be the minimum on the upside rather than the maximum. If you're cautious, to be looking for any dips towards that 50-day line as entry points. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.